Hi there, everybody, and welcome to a screen where you see the faces of Collin Ketke and Kyle Ketke, where we're going to talk about the ALL Mustang program. It's our program to honor the best at BLHS. And Kyle, how are you today?
I'm fantastic. If you would have told me we were taping, I would have wore Mustang blue instead of Viking purple today. But you get what you get.
Well, the draft was just the other day, so Vikings fever runs rampant around here, of course.
But I almost always bleed blue. Everybody knows that. But today it's purple. It is. So let's do it.
Speaking of blue, let's talk a little bit about Mustang Blue. We love the All Mustang program that we here at Kutke Trucking get to sponsor. Last year it came even more prevalent on our social media pages with the way that things had to be handled with COVID. So now we're back and we're going to tell you a little bit about how it works this year. And what is the All Mustang program? Let's get people to know about it if they don't know about it already, Kyle.
Oh, it's the best of the best of BLHS. It is was an idea of a former employee that we took from a fellow district, and we brought it to our administration, and our district has embraced it and made it better than we could have ever imagined back then. So the best of the best. Can be anything. Sports, extracurriculars, have to be good in the classroom, have to be good at those extras, and it's not all sports. Watch these interviews by Collin. They're fantastic, and they're good in all kinds of extra events.
So you kind of touched on it here, but how did the program start? How long has it been going on? That kind of thing.
So we started with the idea of a fellow district. Well, Collin, how long you been out of school? That's how long we've been running this thing. It was your senior year, if you recall.
Yeah, so let's see, I graduated in 2012, so that would mean this is what, year 9 of the All Mustang Award? This will be class 9, if you will.
So our Hall of Fame is full of 8 winners and 8 honorees, and 9 is a good year. Heck, 10, our golden 10 is just around the corner. So, and frankly, speaking more about the kids, if you looked at the 8 previous, and no matter who the winner is this year, you got a stacked deck. I mean, the kids in this batch are in this program have been the best of the best, and they're all winners. It's been amazing.
Yeah, and 8 is just the year. It'd be doubled, right, to 16 for total winners of the scholarship, right? So
yes.
The program, correct me if I'm wrong, we have monthly honorees, which can be anyone in the high school building for being, the best of the best in whatever their field is, if you will.
Yep.
But then the seniors out of that group are eligible for a scholarship, and then we pick one boy and one girl, and they get said scholarship.
Yep. And very simple process. Your advisor nominates you for it. The people chosen at the high school building vote for it. I do not get a vote. I don't want to vote. Truth is, some of them kids are in things that I wouldn't be capable of voting about. Last year I joked that my favorite interview was with a kid with robotics, and I know zero about robotics. So it's just cool stuff. Advisors take it. They got the great vote. The AD tabulates it, sends it out. We pay for a little bit of advertising. We pay for end of the year banquet and a scholarship, and it's just a good deal.
Yeah, and we get to rub elbows with all these really cool kids.
Yeah, if they would wear off, I'd double it. I'd make sure that instead of what do we got, 12 or 14 this year, we'd go to 24 right away, let me tell you.
So we kind of alluded to this earlier, but what did we do for a program last year with COVID kind of running rampant? Especially, we usually do this banquet middle of May or so. So that was right in the smack dab beginning of this whole shebang.
Well, the truth is, we tried to figure out how to do a banquet, and everyone thought we were crazy. So we had to come up with a different method. We started Zoom meetings just like this one, because everything in 2020 was done on Zoom. And unfortunately, then our banquet was done on a Zoom-like meeting too. I think it was actually YouTube, but if you get my age, Zoom and YouTube look a lot alike.
They're interchangeable.
Yeah, and
It's on the
what?
computer.
Hey, yeah, there's a screen. Here we are. On the serious side, it wasn't the same. One of my favorite events of the year is being able to walk around, congratulate the honorees, and heck, for that matter, maybe my favorite event now, the father of five, is to walk around and watch all the parents gleaming with pride. And it's I got robbed of that in 2020, and we're glad that we'll be able to go back to a banquet style, although maybe a little different than normal. We were able to do that.
Right. And two, last year we started with a Zoom interview with each kid too.
Mhm.
And so we thought that was really cool. Like you mentioned, kids talking about robotics and all these different activities, and just getting to learn more about these awesome kids that we have in the BLHS school district. And we figured that we would continue that on. So again, this year, coming for you right away tomorrow, we'll have interviews with all these kids. I got to take the totem pole, or the baton, if you will.
There you go.
There we go.
That's
Not a
better
totem
than the
pole.
totem pole.
It'd be hard to run with a totem pole, let me tell you.
It'd be hard to pass too. That's one of my only regrets, and it's selfish. I thoroughly enjoyed doing the interviews last year, but life happened and work got busy, and they got me in a couple different chairs. And in order to make sure that we do it right, I've passed it to you, and I'm not going to get to pre-see them or preview them. So I'm going to see them with everybody else. I think that's pretty cool. So I'm sure they're going to be done so well that I'll never get it back, and that's okay.
Well, it's the journalism classes that I took. I'm sure my parents are really proud that for 2 weeks that journalism degree is really going to come in handy.
Yeah, well, as I joke with many and often, I went to school to be a banker. We all see how that turned out.
So yeah, I'm right now as we talk with you here on May 3rd, I'm about halfway, a little bit over halfway done with the interviews. I have like 3 more this afternoon, so then I'll be like only 3 short of being done with our whole crew. And by golly, we have a great group of kids again, and so that's not shocking, because for 9 years now we've had a great group of kids. And that makes me feel old, because now I just earlier we said that my my graduating class was 9 years ago, so that's when I was a kid, was 9 years ago.
Yeah, and then when you hit where you've been out of school longer than you were in school, then it just keeps folding. Yeah, no, it don't surprise me that our kids are amazing. I remember a year ago, Colin, I hung up every single interview and I went, "Whew, that was a good one. Whew, that was a good one." I'm sure you're seeing the same thing this year too.
Oh yeah. So again, those interviews will start up tomorrow on our social media pages here at Kutke Trucking, as we try to get you to better know all these great kids at the Buff Lake Hector Stewart School District. They'll be released in the order that I taped them with the kids. I gave the kids a Google sheet of a bunch of times that they could sign up, and Chloe Upkis was the first one. So her interview comes out tomorrow. Now, following Chloe on social media, I think maybe she picked to go first because it looked like she went on a trip basically as soon as she hung up with me. But
no, she just was so looking forward to it, Colin.
I'm sure she was talking about the interview her whole trip, Kyle.
That's a given. That's a given. We're teasing Chloe, of course.
So Chloe and the rest of the 13. So Chloe, 13 more will be coming for you as we lead you towards the ceremony, which we'll have on May 19th. And as you talked about or alluded to there, Kyle, we plan on having that in person, and hopefully on May 19th. That's the plan. And as we know, with the way that we still are in life a little bit here with the hopefully very soon wrapping up COVID as a whole, but you never know. But May 19th is where we're aiming for. Have probably a little bit smaller crowd than we usually have had, but we're gonna try to get as many of we're gonna for sure get all of the recipients that want to be there, and we hope that they're all going to be there, and we'll have a good night.
Yeah, and let's push them to bring their parents, because frankly, I've said earlier, that's the best part of the night, is looking at the parents just as proud can be. So if you're a parent and watching this and got a child up, make that banquet. It's going to be one of your favorite events of the year. It is for me, and I don't have anybody on the honoree list. So
Right. And we're holding this in the basement of Zion Lutheran Church here in Buffalo Lake. And we at church have a big old basement there, so we can spread out very well and have that 6 feet of distance. And we'll be basically as safe as we can be without being outside and 50 yards apart from each other. So it'll be a fun night. And I'm excited to see all these kids, because I've known a bunch of them through you know, cousins playing basketball, and they're just being around the school. And I'm even more impressed with these kids the more I get to learn about them. So I hope that everyone watching out there too finds themselves in the same boat, that you are even more and more impressed with these kids the more that we get to learn about them.
I agree. And hey, for the 14 of you, I'll see you May 19th. I'm proud of all of you. And there isn't a better thing that we do with all of our collective events around here than shine light on the best of our youth.
So again, look here on the Kutke Trucking social media pages in the next 2 weeks. We'll have all these interviews with all these great kids coming your way, and we look forward to seeing them all on May 19th, when we will give away 2 scholarships, one to a senior boy, one to a senior girl. And but the main thing is we get to celebrate all these great kids and all their contributions to the Buffalo Lake Hector Stewart School District. Anything else we need to know, Kyle?
I think that does it. Congratulations to all the honorees. I'm proud of you all, and I'll see you soon.
Go Mustangs!